Alright guys, what's going on? Oink here, and today we got some brand new time trial and drift trial seasonal events. Of course, I'm going to be going through my 2 laps in the time trial, so it's time trial and drift trial number 64, and I'll be covering this week's time trials, in which we've got something a little bit different. So as you can see, we have got a Red Bull X 2010 prototype time trial around Circuit de la Sarthe, and a Mazda Roadster RS lap around the London road course. Now, of course, some people may not have driven the X 2010. It's quite something, I'll give you that. If you're not high enough level, this is an opportunity to try that before doing the special event, and it's by no means an easy car to drive. I would recommend doing the Mazda event first, getting that out of the way, because once you've driven the X 2010, it makes every other car feel like a weird sensation. So I recommend doing the Mazda event first, so that's what I'm going to show you first, and then once you've got that one out of the way, you can push on for the X 2010. So this first corner here, try and sort of trail brake in and just let the brakes off at the last minute. You get that nice good rotation. I could have got on the gas a bit earlier there, but if you get on too early, you'll find the car will just understeer and it will just push wide into the wall there. So just make sure the car's rotated enough. This little left-right is very hard. It's because of the shadows and the walls, it's really hard to see the apex. So it might take a couple of laps just to get used to it. I just missed the apex there as well, but good to get down into third and just try and hug the inside wall and then accelerate wide. These next little technical sort of 90-degree angle turns, you can cut right across the runoffs there, the little curb areas. So be sure to use as much of that as possible. Again, just get the car to rotate enough and then just accelerate out as fast, get back on the gas as quickly as possible. Again, miss the apex by a fair amount there, and you can keep a lot of speed through there and get a much quicker lap time if just from that one corner. So you can see it could have been a better lap, but it was okay. It was a 1:05.328. I think that was like 250th on the leaderboard at the current point, so decent lap. And we'll move on to this X 2010 at Sarthe. So for those of you that haven't driven this car, it's absolutely insane. For those of you that have, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This is going to take a bit of practice. Fortunately, unlike the actual Vettel challenges, the gold time isn't exceedingly difficult to reach. And so, you know, if you want really in-depth or more in-depth tips on driving the car, I've done a video for getting gold on each of the X-Vettel challenges on my channel, and you can go and see those. If you go visit my channel, you'll see the X 2010 videos. So if you want more detail about the car, that's a good place to start if you haven't driven it or you just want to see some more information. But basically, this car is nuts. I didn't push this to the limits. Basically, I realised that the gold time wasn't going to be that difficult to achieve as long as you had a clean, decently paced lap. So what I did is, you know, I went quickly. Obviously, you can't afford to go slowly, but I didn't push the car as far as it can be pushed. You know, I wasn't going full lock to lock on some of the corners, which it does allow. You can just pretty much go full speed through a lot of turns as long as you apply full lock, and I was kind of going half lock and half gas, stuff like that. So, you know, by all means, and you'll see my lap time isn't anywhere near as fast as the guys up the top. I think the best is a 2:11 or something like that, like 20 seconds faster, and I think I came in with a 2:22 or something. But even so, you can see that with this lap I was a fair chunk off the gold, and so you don't really need to push and push to get the gold time if that's what you're concerned about. I think this one's more about the leaderboards. I think it's always really about the leaderboards with these time trials. This lap came in at about 300th, so just out of the leaderboards. But again, this was pretty much my first solid lap. After doing the Vettel X challenges, I basically never wanted to drive the car again. I just really didn't. I couldn't stand it anymore. So I don't really like that they've put it in here. I kind of feel like it should have remained exclusive to that challenge, or, you know, to personal use. So I'm a little, I don't know, I'd prefer this not to be here, but there you go, you have it, and I've got the gold there. And you see the lap 2:23.3. So if you want any more tips, like I said, I'd go check out the other videos that I did for the X 2010 challenge. hope the lap can help you anyway, just by observing that, and you can see the kind of things that I'm braking and turning, all that kind of stuff. I'd recommend, by the way, I know this is running on a bit, but for force feedback I would recommend turning it right down if you're using a wheel, because it will be crazy down the straight, so it'll be quite annoying just to drive with full force feedback. Anyway, there you go. I think also aids wise I should just mention, for the Mazda I was using ABS 1, everything else off, and for the X-Vettel I was using everything off, including ABS off. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.